How's it going? Welcome to this video. All right, so I was called out to do this job on a 2002 Ford F250. Apparently the vehicle started cranked sometime, didn't crank other times, so it was essentially a crank no start situation, sometimes a no crank no start situation. Guy didn't really know what the problem was. I went out there and looked at a couple of things. Start off checking out the fuses. Start off checking out the relays. The relays were swapped out a couple of times, and it really didn't change things. I wasn't getting any kind of ring or any kind of sounds coming from the vehicle. There was power on in the vehicle, but every time you would try to start it, you didn't even hear a click when it wasn't cranking. So I was looking at a couple of things. Could have been the starter, but the guy said the starter was changed out maybe a year ago. But to be honest with you, from the looks of the starter, it didn't look like it was a starter that was changed out from a year ago. It looked like probably closer to the original starter that was in this vehicle. Anyway, as you guys can see, looking at this video, you guys can see that there is a major ground wire that's connected to the frame that's close to the starter itself. Now, I wasn't able to get a voltage reading on pretty much any part of that ground, and as you guys can see, it's well rusted, very, very rusted. So what I did was, having seen that, I thought to myself, you know what, it could be a ground issue. Maybe it's just not getting a whole lot of voltage through the ground. Maybe it's getting some kind of voltage. Now, I don't know how many ground wires, major ground wires, are on this vehicle that's connected to the frame. I'm not 100% sure on that. I just know that this is one of the major grounds that is connected to the frame. And funny enough, I don't know why it's connected to where it's connected to. Most of the time when you see ground wires, it's connected pretty close to where the battery is, somewhere around that area. This is you know, it's not, it's under the vehicle, it's close to the starter. And I took the bolt off. Essentially what I did was I cleaned the inside of the bolt. I cleaned the surface area around where it bolts onto. Did a couple of things, popped it back on, and try to get a reading on the positive cable that's connected to the starter. And sometimes I would get a reading, and sometimes I didn't get a reading. It was a very, very, very strange situation. But what ended up happening was the starter, it was swapped out for a brand new starter. So the ground wire was changed up. The starter old starter was taken out, popped in a brand new starter, and it cranked right up, and it kept on cranking without any problems after that. So wasn't quite sure exactly what the problem is, but I think it's probably a combination of the starter being an issue. And I did test out the starter. It seems to be working, but for whatever reason, putting a new starter in started the vehicle up, and cleaning up the ground wire, I think helped also. In any case, if you guys have any questions or about this, definitely drop a comment in the comment section. I know trying to diagnose crank no starts, no crank no starts could be a little bit complicated sometimes, and sometimes just a little bit of magic, I guess magic, just going through what the usual things that you would go through as far as cleaning up certain things, and maybe changing out a part would just get the vehicle to work. In any case, it fixed it. If you guys have any questions, leave a question in the comment section. Please subscribe, please give me a thumbs up, all that good stuff. Appreciate your time, guys. Take care.